This fly from Ray Bergman, called just Teal, because it's primarily just teal, uh, is shows my favorite way of doing flank feathered wings. Basically, you just pair two small flank feathers together to make up the wing. I'll demonstrate as we go on. I use this method for most of my larger fishing flies, anywhere from size 6 to 12. And I really like it for display flies as well. It's very easy to accomplish, and I think makes a great looking wing. I've taken the thread from just behind the eye, a little space there, all the way back to the bend of the hook. And I'm going to pull off a slip of teal twice as wide as I want the tail to be. Then I'll just fold it lengthwise. And this method, to be honest, has just kind of occurred to me. One problem you have with teal, unless you want to use a left and right slips, which is difficult to accomplish, the slips will curve one way or the other. With this method, if just folding it, they sort of counteract each other, and you can get a really nice straight tail this way. I was pretty happy with this tail when all was said and done. And of course, we're talking flank feather tails here. Right here, I haven't quite gotten it up to the top of the hook. There, right there. Should do it. And we'll bind the butts down. And I'll speed up a lot of this so that you can get on with the rest of your life. Actually, this isn't sped up yet. It will speed up eventually. A lot of the bodybuilding here. I've tried, this is more of a display fly I've tried to do. So I spend some time on the bodybuilding on this one. All right, we're going to show another technique here too. This is going to be the ribbing. This is uni floss, which is just single strand floss. And this is just one strand of it. I haven't just used half of it or anything. And this is all sped up here. Now, the body on this is white floss, and I'm going to tie in 3 strands of Danville white floss here. We're only going to wind 2 of them for the main body. The third one we're going to use to keep the floss from running off the back of the hook. What'll happen if you don't have a tag or a tip on your wet flies, and this particular one doesn't, the floss, as you tie, as you brush things back and so forth, will literally fall down the back of the hook. It's happened to me many times, and there are a few ways of dealing with it. I like this particular method maybe the best. So we're going to just wind 2 of these forward. The third one we'll pull forward after the fact as kind of a keeper. And in the past, I've always done the third one on top of the hook, always pulled it forward on top. This time I decided to pull it forward on the bottom, which works much better. It's better concealed, and I like it. I like doing it this way. The results were terrific. So there I've wound the body, and here I'm just pulling that forward, and that will keep the floss body from running off the back. And this is you just do this on floss body flies that don't have a tag. The tag will keep it from running off. Now here I'm twisting up this floss strand, this single strand. And this is Unifloss, which is thicker. If I was going to use Danville for this, I might twist up 2 strands. We want to make kind of a rope out of this. Otherwise, it just sort of flattens out and can actually blend in with the body. So you need to twist it up. Just going to trap this a couple times. And this fly has Grizzly Hackle. Kind of a black and white fly. It's like being back in the 50s. Black and white TV. It also reminds me of op art a little bit. Once you put the teal on. Got one stray here. I'll get it eventually. Wind the hackle. I'm in sparse mode lately, so I'll probably just do 3 turns. Keeps the head a little smaller too. Trying for a nice head on this as well. And pulling the hackle stem forward, trapping it, and then trim it off. And I always feel for the stem with my scissors because I don't see well these days. And we'll pull these down into a beard. This is especially important on a flank feather fly. Any hackle sticking up can really affect the wing on a flank feather fly. Changing over to black thread. Now this is some teal, just a single teal feather that I'm going to use for, in this case, for the near wing. I'm checking it for length. And here are 2 paired back to back. They're both full feathers. But as you can see, I've stroked the fibers back to get the correct length of feather, and then I've just left them. That gives me something to work with. Rather than stripping them out, just creates more bulk and allows me to get this better centered. I tie all the flies, all the light cahills I fish, I tie this way. In about a 10 or 12. And that fly I've had really nice success with when the cahills are around. I've got this wing just about where I want it. And you can adjust using the butts. You can really play once you get these mounted. Get them just right. There's one other technique that I use for smaller Catskill, I'm sorry, not Catskill flies, smaller wet flies, mostly British. It's Davy McPhail's technique. And Alice Kamba does her wings the same way. And I'll show that on the very next video. And we'll do a whip finish here, and this fly will be done. This is a really sweet way to do flank feather wings. I like it because it's easy and still looks good and fish is great. And here's the finished fly. Very happy with how this turned out. Every once in a while you get one you like. Not much to it, and I had a lot of fun doing this one.